Are medias and entertainment corrupting our minds? Tititainment was a term coined by Zbigniew Brzezinski, the National Security Advisor of US President Jimmy Carter, essentially to convey the thought that a mixture of intoxicating entertainment and sufficient nourishment can tranquilize the frustrated minds of the globe's population. Here's another quote for you from the book A Brave New World by Alders Huxley. No leisure from pleasure. One of the things that come in abundance in our modern societies is entertainment. One only has to look at the amount of TV shows to realize how much of it is available. You could spend your whole life watching TV series and you will still have so much to watch by the time you are 6 feet under. Don't even get me started on porn. You would likely end up with a broken wrist or two. Medias are the other side of the same coin. Medias trigger and implement fear into our psyches. Media corporations survive through their viewership. Read Ryan Holiday's book on media manipulation to know more. Negative emotions, such as fear and anger, make people share and view more of the content. Nobody gives a fuck about so and so doing good or so and so making lives better of blah 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 blah. Boring. Definitely not newsworthy. It might put a smile on your face or even inspire you for a brief moment, but the next thing you're going to discuss at the water cooler with your colleagues is Kim Kardashian's million picture of her infamous butt cheeks and how Arabs are really not nice people because they behead people on camera. On one hand, you have entertainment brainwashing you into ignorance, and on the other hand, media are scaring the shit out of you and making you infuriated. As soon as you turn on the TV, all your prime instincts and worst emotions are being triggered. New biases and information, or maybe even propaganda, dare I say, are knocking on your amygdala's door. I'm not saying that there is a closed, secret group of highly powerful people who are trying to manipulate the world at large, keeping us dumb and ignorant when they are not having their bi-monthly eyes wide shut parties where they fuck goats, sacrifice toddlers and defecate on young virgins. Even though there is some evidence to this claim. But that's not the point that I'm trying to come across. Lao Tzu wrote that if you want to keep people happy and under your control, keep their bellies full and their brains empty. In the Hindu cosmology, we refer to our current epoch as the Kali Yuga, the age of Kali, the lesser of all ages, where humans are supposedly at their worst. The Hindus say that in this age, people will only think of satisfying their bellies and genitalia. Sounds like a party, right? So are we all made to be ignorant fucks? Maybe. Probably. Who knows? Is there some kind of invisible force at work here? Evil? Well, that's what the monotheistic religions will have you believe. The Buddhists think there is no evil, only ignorance, and I tend to agree with that statement. There is no evil, only ignorance. By that, I mean the lack of wisdom and reason. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So when your ego gets going and got no reason to stop, then things can run wild. The selfish, egotistical desire of a few can make the world a much worse place. But I digress. Each and every one of us is not a victim of a system. We all are culprits to a lesser extent, but we still are. We choose to participate in the cultivation of our ignorance when we willingly overindulge in exposure to media and entertainment. We have to choose deliberately and carefully what we listen to, what we hear, and what we watch. If your go-to song is Beach Please Part 2 by Eminem, and you listen to this song repeatedly while watching SMN porn, your views on women might be a little bit skewed. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. Your mind is malleable, and it will be conditioned to what you expose it to frequently without you knowing it. Medias might tell you that some celebrities in Tilson Town are suffering from a particular disease, and those are the symptoms. Few months ago, and you start to see more and more reports of this disease. That's what happened with anorexia. Don't be naive. We are products of our environment. Expose yourself to more of the right things and do not overindulge in entertainment in all forms of medias, be it social or corporate. Don't leave without subscribing. That's just rude.